In this video, I'm going to share how we scaled from 48K per month in revenue to just over 200K per month in revenue on Shopify through whitelisting ads on Meta. So without further ado, let's dive in. And then just a quick refresh for you guys on the Shopify dashboard to show you that we did scale to just over 200K per month in revenue. Okay, so let's talk about whitelisting. In this video, what we're going to cover is what is whitelisting and how does it work? The common myths about whitelisting and what actually works with whitelisting, how to test whitelisting on a low budget, how to structure whitelisting agreements, comment management, and creating a diversified ad account to lower your risk. All right, so let's get into it. First things first, what is whitelisting and how does it work? So whitelisting is where the ad is run from your ad account, but the page that you're using to serve the ad is from a page that is not your brand page, right? So the ads that you're running maybe on a consistent basis through your own pages, anything that's not through your pages is whitelisting, okay? And usually this is a content creator, an influencer, or some sort of blog or reviews page, and you're the one that is paying for the ad to run. The ads are just being served through that page, right? And to run whitelisting ads, you'll need advertising access to the Facebook and Instagram page that you're whitelisting through. Once you have this, you can select the page on the ad level when you're creating your ads, right? So that's actually more the setup. But with that being said, let's dive into whitelisting 101, all right? The common myths about whitelisting. There's two main ones that I see. First one is you need to whitelist with influencers that have hundreds of thousands or millions of followers. And the second one is that you need to pay huge amounts to run whitelisting ads. Now, I'm going to debunk these myths and tell you guys what actually works from what we've tested. So what works for us is content creators with relatively low follower count. I'm talking sub 10,000 followers. The second thing that works is brand alignment. This is brand alignment with the creator, right? So the creator needs to be aligned with your target audience and your brand. And then small blogs and reviews pages, this can be like a third-party unbiased reviewer. Those also work as well. Again, the small blogs and reviews pages, they also have to be aligned with your brand, right? If you're selling, something that's very masculine, but you're running through like a very female-oriented blog or reviews, there's going to be misalignment there, right? So those are the things that actually work for us. And then how do you actually test whitelisting on a low budget, right? You don't want to be spending tons, trying to test whitelisting and see if it works for you. So how do you actually do this? So the first thing is to work with creators that have low follower count and pay them a flat rate for whitelisting access. We pay a monthly rate most of the time, and that is the rate that we are paying them in order for them to grant us access to their whitelisting, right? It doesn't matter how many ads we run through whitelisting, how much we spend on our ads with the whitelisting. All that matters is we have the access, right? We pay that flat monthly rate. We know what the outgoing will be, and it's something we can budget for. The second thing that you could do is you can get creative, right? And you can create your own Facebook and Instagram pages. They can be creator pages, they can be blogs or reviews pages, and populate the page with content to make it look active. And there's zero cost to doing this because you're setting up the pages, and you get to test the concept of whitelisting without actually having to pay someone else for the access, right? It does require a little bit of work up front, but I think it's a great way to test, right? And even if you're the founder of a brand and the brand is very founder centric, like you align a lot with your target customer, you could run ads through your own page, right? Like your own Instagram page, and yeah, just do it that way, right? If there's that alignment. And the third way of actually how to test this is to run whitelisting as separate tests in your ad account in different campaigns or different ad sets, just to get clean data on the performance. This is just more so for the organization when you're actually running these ads, is don't jumble them together, don't make them competing against each other in the same ad sets. Separate them out and get clean data, because you also want to understand not just does the concept of whitelisting work for you, but what kind of whitelisting pages work for you, okay? So how to structure whitelisting agreements. So very, very similar to a UGC agreement, but the deliverables are set to whitelisting access instead. So rather than someone delivering you content that you're then going to use for ads, the deliverable is just the whitelisting access, right? And it's very, very important to have a separate agreement just for this. because there are different terms and clauses. So the second thing you want to do in the whitelisting agreement is include the time frame you have access to their pages for. You want this to be in perpetuity unless the agreement is terminated, right? If you only get 1 month access, you're going to have to renew that agreement every month, right? You want it to be in perpetuity. You want it to be an ongoing agreement that you're aligned with the person you're whitelisting through, and set up the termination clauses, which we'll go through in just a moment. Then you want to include the compensation structure for the whitelisting access, which I touched on a little bit earlier. And then you want to set up agreement termination clauses to end the agreement in case of A, the whitelister removes your advertising access, B, you or they want to end the agreement, right? So really those are the main two ones that I see you would want termination clauses for. And it's just important to have those in the agreement to protect yourself. And yeah, just make it a fair agreement as well. So moving on to comment management. So since the ad comments will be on the whitelisters page, you need to keep this in mind when managing comments, right? Because people comment on your ads running through your own pages. You can see those. They come in to your inbox. You can answer them. When you're running through a whitelisters page, they're not going to do that because they're going to be on a different page, right? So what you can do is inside your ad account, go to the ad itself that you're running the whitelisting through, and go to actually look at the live Facebook and Instagram post, the ad itself, with the comments, and that way you can manage them from there. So you can do this by going to a preview on the ad level and opening the Facebook post with comments, opening the Instagram post with comments, and managing them that way, okay? And then finally, diversifying, right? So just like you have multiple UGC creators, you should have multiple whitelisters you're testing and running with at the same time. The reason for this is to diversify and spread risk. If one of your whitelisters pulls out of the agreement and you can no longer run whitelisting ads with them, you need other options that are already live and working. You also don't want to have 100% of your ads to be whitelisting ads, right? You should have a mix of non-whitelisting ads and whitelisting ads, again, to spread your risk. If the only thing that works for you is whitelisting ads, it's really, really risky. It's something I wouldn't recommend. Maybe if you do it for a short term, it's fine, but thinking long term, you want to have cracked the code with your own pages. Whitelisting is just going to be a way for you to get more scale and just get other things that are working in the ad account. All right. So that is all I have for whitelisting. Hopefully this was helpful, and hopefully this is something you can test. And once you test it, let me know in the comments if it works for you. And I'll see you in the next one.